Warning, this two-platform lead gen system for your digital agency is so outrageously effective, Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard boy himself, may personally call to congratulate you. Not really, but if this works the way that I've seen it work in the past, then let me know and I will personally reach out to you and congratulate you, because this system is absolutely diabolically so simply effective that I'm actually pretty upset that I didn't think about it much sooner. In this training, we're going to cover exactly what you need to accomplish to use this training. Do you ever feel like getting new clients for your digital agency is just too hard? What if I told you that there was an easier way and it's right under your nose? Imagine that you have dream clients lining up to work with you, and it's all because of two super common online platforms that you probably use every single day. And no, I'm not talking about some weird complicated tech stuff. I'm not talking about, tripwires pushing into complicated funnels with 32 different emails and custom variables out the wazoo. It's much, much simpler than that. These platforms that I'm going to be sharing with you are so normal that your grandma probably uses both of them, and she probably does it on a daily basis. Now, here's the cool part. While most people are using these platforms to share funny videos or maybe just argue online in the comments, you will be turning them into a client generating machine. And again, this is so simple that you're going to have the same thought process that I had, which is you are going to wonder why you didn't think of it before. I'm about to show you a method that works without relying on spending a single penny on ads, without relying on any cold outreach, and without relying on scraping any lead lists. Are you ready to learn about the two-platform secret that's going to change how you get clients for your digital agency? If so, I need you to go ahead and remove all distractions. This is not a very long video. Just make sure that you are paying attention. And if you want a copy of this document, all you have to do is go to my Facebook, which I will link in the description below, facebook.com/AlecJRoy, and you will get access for 100% free by checking the pinned post on that page. But like I said before, this process is so simple and effective. If you do it right, of course, which means you have to stick around to the end of the video, that you are going to create an evergreen stream of high quality leads. Before we figure out what exactly it is that we're doing, let's look at what most people are doing today that is a little bit outdated in my opinion. If you are trading lead magnets for emails, right? This was popularized by Russell Brunson in his really, really great book, .com Secrets. And he essentially explained, squeeze pages, right? Somebody gets to your page, you trade value for an email. And this is really, really good stuff. He has phenomenal ideas in this book. He's obviously made quite a bit of money. He's obviously extremely successful. Not to say that this is wrong. It's just to say that I think I found a little bit of an easier way in a post-COVID society. Remember, COVID happened, everybody went home, they started searching, how do I make money online? And of course, a lot of people stumbled upon really great pieces of literature like Russell Brunson's book and other online YouTube creators who were making a ton of content about how we can essentially get emails and upsell, right? So the thing that was working extremely well became also extremely saturated. So leads became a little bit resistant to trading their email. And that's, of course, what you're going to see and what you've probably already seen if you've been running a digital agency for more than a week, right? And again, I'm not saying that email doesn't work, but I am saying that cold email or bribing people who see you in passing for their email just doesn't work like it used to. And if you disagree, I wish you the best. I hope it's working for you. Go ahead and leave a comment. I'm just not going to reply to it. What I am saying is that people are getting more and more skeptical of the little tricks that used to work because, again, they're seeing them on such a larger scale than they were in the past. And what's worse is that not only are consumers seeing these little tricks, but also the email providers themselves that these very people use are seeing these tricks. And depending on how you set up your email campaigns and how people interact with them, your emails could be going straight to the junk or spam folder, or they're just not being opened at all. Yeesh, right? Now, again, do not get me wrong. I don't want you commenting and saying, email works, I made a lot of money off of email. What I'm saying is that email still works, but I've found in my personal experience that it only works when people really want to read your emails. That's why I use them on a slightly warmer audience. But what I'm going to be covering in this training is how to get cold prospects into your funnel as leads and how we can warm them up without spending a single penny. Now, how do we generate leads with lead magnets, but without using email? What a great question. So in this training, I'm going to show you how to build a warm audience of leads using only two social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to cover the key digital assets that you need to create and how they work together to set you up for success. And if you're already turned off by the idea of using Facebook as a platform, don't worry, I'll show you how you can substitute that out. But more importantly, I'll show you how to understand which platform to pick. But first, let's look at the power of Facebook and YouTube together. Facebook and YouTube are the ideal platforms for reaching your target audience of local blue-collar service providers. This is my favorite industry to focus on because they're so spread out. There's so many of them. There's several in every single city. And what you're going to see is that they are limited to their locality. I will link a training on niche selection up here, but they're limited on their locality, which means that you can service a plumber in one city and in the city next door, the city next door, the city next door, and so on and so forth. And while there's roughly 22,000 cities in the country of the United States, I could be off there, Americans in geography, but from what I understand, there's roughly 22,000 cities. You don't need 22,000 clients. You really don't. You need 40 to 100 clients total to make life-changing money. But again, this is my favorite industry. If you are going with local blue-collar service providers, then I would highly recommend sticking with Facebook and YouTube. If you want to swap out that industry, let's say you want to go more with lawyers, maybe you want to go with photographers, maybe some kind of service-based business that is not blue-collar oriented, then you need to figure out where those individuals, where those business owners congregate online, and that's where you would then put your business presence. You would put your business presence on that platform. Now, I haven't had much experience with that, so I don't want to lead you astray, but I would assume, and I would venture to say something like maybe LinkedIn groups, or maybe just a YouTube page and pushing people, but I have seen that Facebook groups are super effective for at least this industry. Now, why is Facebook so effective for local blue-collar service-based businesses? Very simple. On Facebook, their potential customers, so this would be like the customers of a plumber, the customers of a lawn care provider, the customer of a landscaper, of a construction company. These customers are active in their own local group. So it'll be like city name recommendations or city name group, right? And they're looking for recommendations from other customers. They'll say things like, hey, who has a good lawn care provider or plumbing emergency, who do you guys recommend, right? And business owners will be on Facebook looking for people asking those questions or looking to recommend their business to people, right? So essentially, they are getting in front of their local community on platforms like Facebook, right? And Facebook, which has a reputation for being more of a boomer social media platform, well, those boomers are also buyers. So it's really nice and easy for people to hop onto this platform. Now, next is YouTube. And this one actually kind of surprised me when I was working with lawn care providers myself. And a lot of them told me the same information that I'm about to share with you, which is during the day, these business owners would be operating on Facebook looking for leads, right? Between jobs or maybe on breaks, or, the business owner would be doing that on the weekends. But at night, they'd be doing a lot of research on YouTube. And so your target audience is turning to YouTube. I don't care what industry you're in. Almost every single business owner is doing research on YouTube to understand more about their industry and to find better, more effective, more, positive ROI solutions to their problems. So once we understand that there's two platforms, right? Most of the time it's going to be Facebook and YouTube, but again, you can swap Facebook out for whatever platform your audience congregates on, but Facebook and YouTube. So from here, we then put together the free 2-platform lead generation funnel. And I'm going to show you the illustration right now. You can see right here, this is very simple. You've got your Facebook profile, you have a YouTube channel, and you see F marks all the free assets that you would build, right? So Facebook profile doesn't cost you anything. YouTube channel doesn't cost you anything. You then build a Facebook group, doesn't cost you anything. You would then create video lead magnets, which I can link a training for so that you can get a better understanding of what those are. But that doesn't cost you anything because you're using Google Drive and you're just using the free Google tools that they give you. You're going to go live in your Facebook group. Doesn't cost you anything. Most computers have a webcam. If you have a smartphone, you can actually go live from the smartphone, or you can always buy a webcam. But this is going to be free, most likely from the things that you already have, right? And then if you have your group, you will be engaging with the people in the group, the members of your group, via DMs. This is free. And then you can push to a sales page, which the software that I use is high level, shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I have a 30-day link. When you use that 30-day link, you also get access to my free coaching community where we go live twice a week. You get free assets in your business every single month. There are trainings and private conversations held in a private community, 100% free. Again, when you get the high level under my link. And again, I will link that below if you're interested, but let's keep on moving on. But again, the key to building this sustainable lead generation funnel is to use these platforms and to focus on the 3 main assets, right? The 3 main assets are going to be these: the profile, the channel, and the group. Now, you can also use the Google Drive. Again, that is free, which would then host the content. So just like I'm reading off of my screen, you would type it up, you would host it there, and then that link would be shared in your group. Same thing I'm doing. It can be applied to any industry as long as you have some kind of a congregation online, which is why I recommend Facebook, but you just need to find the one that your community is on. And then again, GHL free for 30 days. This is where you can build, track, and test your landing pages to maximize conversions. You can host courses, you have automations, calendars. It's a phenomenal tool. Again, if you click on the link, there's a whole video that breaks it down and you can learn more about it there. But by leveraging these assets together, you now can create a low friction, high value funnel that allows your audience to get to know, like, and trust you before making a purchase. And you don't have to do it in a way where you feel slimy. You don't have to do it in a way where you're pushing people to buy from you. You don't have to do it in a way where you're pulling your hair out, trying to get in front of people every single minute of every single day. When you follow this process the way I'm breaking it down for you, you will see how it just starts bringing in a harvest of warm leads. So how do we create content that builds an audience of warm leads that you can harvest, right? The key to making this funnel work is to consistently create and share content across your platforms. That is the key. This is the same funnel that I was using when I was commuting 90 minutes away to a 9 to 5, and then I'd come home, 90-minute drive again, and I would work for less than 2 hours a day on this. So this is also a very time-effective way to approach this. Obviously, if you have more time in the day, then you can go faster. But if you have a 9 to 5, if you have a family, if you have other responsibilities, you can still do this at a little bit of a slower pace. Now, the way that I did it and the way that I recommend doing it after having coached over, I'd say close to 1,000 agencies, but right now I have about 138 people that I coach. With those individuals, this is what I found that works the best. Facebook, you want to post, this is from the profile, you want to post 3 to 6 engaging stories a day, and you want to do 1 written post a day. Ideally, every week, you're sharing a YouTube video, a video lead magnet. Again, the training has been linked. In YouTube, you're publishing 1 new video a week, and you're focused on creating valuable video lead magnets. This is just a lead magnet that you are reviewing on video. This is what I'm doing right now. This is a lead magnet I'm reviewing on the video with the hopes that you like it, you want access to it, so you hit me up on Facebook. Once you get on Facebook, you see all the value that I provide, and then I'm able to continuously retarget and nurture you until you eventually opt in. And if you don't opt in, that's fine. I get a new follower or new subscriber, and that builds social proof. So then when somebody else stumbles across my content, they're more likely to follow me because I have a high follower count. It's easier to follow somebody who has a high follower count versus being the first person to follow someone, right? And then your Facebook group. On the Facebook group, you're hosting live trainings and QA sessions once a week or every 2 weeks to connect with your audience and gather feedback on your future video lead magnets. So I would take the video lead magnet before I publish it. I'll go live with the group, answer any questions, I'll refine it, and then I'll make a shorter version that goes on YouTube. So for example, what you're seeing now, I actually vetted with my group live over a 2-hour call, and then I've condensed it down and I'm re-recording it now, which is what you're watching, and this is much, much shorter. So I'm showing you that I'm walking the talk. I'm talking the walk. I'm living what I'm preaching kind of thing, right? I'm taking my own medicine, right? By providing valuable content and being accessible to your audience, you will start to build momentum and you will see leads come into your funnel organically. Why? Because they're engaging on Facebook and they're researching on YouTube. So you are on both of those platforms, engaging in groups, engaging with prospects, pushing your content where it feels normal. And I have more videos on that on the channel. And you are sharing value, and people will naturally want that value if it truly speaks to the avatar. And this is why it's so important on niching down. You have to pick one industry to work with. If you want to work with absolutely everybody, you're going to satisfy nobody. If you don't believe me, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Go read .com Secrets, go read Win Without Pitching, go read Built to Sell, go read 10x is better than 2x, go read 0 to 1. Go read any piece of literature by anybody who's ever made it, and they're all going to tell you the exact same thing, which is you have to focus on one industry. So if you disagree with me, don't worry, you're disagreeing with all the people who've actually been significantly more successful than me. Now, why does this funnel work better than anything else out there? It's free. It is free. Let me say it again. It's free. If you want to start pushing a lead magnet, you're going to start negative if you're doing it via email because you're having to pay for those softwares. You're having to pay per email. Whatever platform you're using, you're not going to be doing it for free. Google shut down using their Gmail for business purposes. Everybody has shut down using their email, your personal email, for business purposes in that aspect. So you have to use platforms that cost. This is free. And the key is to focus on building genuine relationships and providing value rather than using high pressure sales tactics. Because again, COVID hit, everybody went home, they looked up how to make money online, and they stumbled across these slimy, scummy sales tactics because they wanted to make money fast because of course the economy took a big hit. So when you use this method, look at all the benefits. Leads get value before you ever make an ask. You can promote the group in DMs, in conversations, in chats, in groups, in content, in whatever, instead of an offer, which means the audience is going to warm up to you and they're going to opt into your group, which is free, versus buying from you. It's much easier. Think about it right now. If I said, hey, go follow me on Facebook, or hey, join my program, which one are you more likely to do? It's pretty simple. You're going to go do the free thing that has zero requirement from you. Then in doing that, I may warm you up and you may want to purchase. On the flip side, if you would purchase from me, odds are that you would follow. So this is the video lead magnet value ladder, right? And so you'll see people talk about ascension models. Like I said, Brunson talks about value ladders. You might have heard people talk about tripwires, funnels, right? So these are all the same concept, which is they start low and they move high. And what is easier than to start at the lowest with a free offer where you're just constantly retargeting them and your content is not going to a spam junk folder. If you're following me on my group or on my page and I'm making content, that content is not going to go to a spam or junk folder. You'd have to unfollow. And if I use a free group to share those lead magnets, I can ensure that I ask for their email up front. And so when they come into the group, I add the email to the private drive. If they leave, I remove the email and they lose access. So I'm rewarding them and I'm incentivizing them to stay in the group. Again, social media retargets for free. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you're just starting out, if you have 1 million followers, doesn't matter. A story is free. A post is free. Going live is free. Creating a group is free. It is all free. There's no variable cost. And one of the really cool parts, especially if we're looking at this in terms of longevity, is that you can really easily bring in setters and closers without changing your process. If I have a group or even a Facebook page or Instagram page, I can have multiple people logging in or make multiple admins, and they can start posting and engaging, and they can start setting and closing for me, which is really nice because I can eventually either step aside and have them help me, or I can fully exit and have them fully take over. Now, action steps. How can you make this happen? Well, I'm going to hit you with a little tough love. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you think what you're doing today on a daily basis every day is making a difference, but you're not doing anything, nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to make it happen. I can't do it for you. Mommy and daddy can't do it for you. You cannot hope your way there. You can't dream your way there. You have to do something about it. Now, this does not mean that you need to work with me. This is not me saying, hey, nothing changes if you don't work with Alec. Absolutely not. But nothing changes if nothing changes. Now, you can do this on your own using my free content along with other YouTubers and their free content. Or if you're just remotely interested in working with me for free, stick around for just a couple more seconds. You can work with me for 100% free in my private membership called SASO University when you sign up for a free 30-day Go High Level trial, which is the software that we're going to use anyway to build your funnel, calendar, automations, pipeline, and a ton more. When you sign up or upgrade your account under me, here's what's going to happen. Right away, you're going to get an email. In that email, it's going to tell you to join the group. It's going to give you access to your courses, and it's going to have a link to book a one-on-one call with me, which will act as your kickoff session. You're going to get access to the $0 client acquisition process that helped me leave my job. You get free website and funnel reviews. You get access to 90-minute group coaching calls every single week. You learn how to streamline and automate businesses using Six Sigma practices tailored to local service-based businesses. You get access to trainings on local SEO. You learn how to automate your own agency so the business can run without you. And you get a ton of digital assets to run your business, also known as snapshots. If you want, the link is here. And again, if you want access to this training, just hit me up, facebook.com/AlecJRoy. I will send this over to you 100% free. Just check the pinned post. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.